Hi everybody, welcome to Tuesday's class. Today I'm going to finish a few minutes early just so that we can all join in with the 1 minute silence for all of the key workers that we've lost due to the coronavirus. So I'll stop so that you can all have finished and do your 1 minute silence. Yesterday I had a message from somebody asking if I could do some videos of all of the key movements on your back, on your front, on your side, etc. So that as I stop being able to do some things, you're still able to do them if you want to and can look back at those videos. So I'm in the process of persuading Andrew to let me film him, and hopefully I'll get them up next week. There'll be about 5 videos that I'll do, but I might do a little separate post on them. Let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in, and let's get started. So, we're just going to do our usual breathing. So when we're laying down on our back, knees bent, feet on the floor, with that nice curve underneath the lower spine. Just resting the arms down, taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking these nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about those positions of the hips, so making sure that they're nice and level. So imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone. They're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So the shoulders are away from the ears and your chest is nice and open. We're keeping the weight evenly placed through the feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just gently tightening in your tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I'd like you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a nice deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding. Releasing out to neutral. So what we're trying to do is get that nice strong flat back position. So you're using your pelvis and your tummy muscles to move. Try and avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're going to hold our flat back. So coming into that nice strong flat back position which you're holding. From here, we're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to half that contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So still thinking of that nice relaxed position through the upper body. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. If you are feeling tense, you can turn those palms up towards the ceiling. Pull your tummy all the way down towards your spine. And keep the weight evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. We're halving one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So that flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're bringing both feet off of the floor. The legs come into tabletop and we glue them together. As you breathe out, you're tipping both legs over to the side. One hip will release from the floor. Inhale to come up to the center. We swap sides, we're tipping over. And center. Tipping over. And center. So although one hip releases from the floor, keep both shoulders pressed down into your mat. Keep them away from the ears. Use your tummy to take your legs over to the side, to bring you back to the center where you should find that flat back. Use your pelvic floor and again onto the other side. Nice deep breaths. 2 more on each side. We're tipping over and center. Tipping over and center. Last one on each side. Tipping over and center. Tipping over and center. Hug those knees into your chest. From here, we're going onto our hands and knees. So take the hands under the shoulders. Knees are underneath those hips. Get the tummy nice and tightened. As you breathe out, you're tucking the pelvis under. So we're starting to curve the back. Arching through the spine. The head is dropping. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis go back to your start position. Work through the spine. And we lift the head. Tucking under to curve.
arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out through the spine. Lifting the head.
So what we want to do is get lots of movement through the back,
Working into each section of the spine, piece by piece.
So if you have any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore, we're going to be slowing them down.
So think of moving each vertebrae one by one. Nice deep breaths.
As you're curving the back, you're pulling the tummy all the way in.
As you release to your start position, you're thinking shoulders are away from the ears.
Got 2 more here. Tucking under to curve.
Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. Controlling out through the spine, piece by piece.
Lifting the head. Last one here, tucking under to curve.
Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. We're releasing out through the spine.
And the head lifts. From here, we're coming into a shell stretch position, bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. And then we're coming onto our sides. Knees bent, legs one on top of the other. Resting your head down, you can use a cushion. Bring those arms out long and in front of you, palm to palm. We're going to lift the top arm up so that your fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, and you're twisting away from the body towards the opposite wall. Holding here, take a nice long stretch. Lifting back, up and over, to come down palm to palm. The top arm lifts, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. Holding here, taking a stretch before lifting up and over to come back down palm to palm. So we want to keep the legs glued together and try and make sure they're grounded, just to help the twist stay through the waist. So you're really opening up through the chest. Keeping the arm nice and long. You're reaching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. Keeping a good range of movement through the neck. Let's take 2 more here. Lifting that arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. over. Come back down to your start position. Last one here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides. So either rolling over to face the other way or changing the end of your mat that you're laying at. So legs are one on top of the other. Laying onto your side. Arms along palm to palm. Resting that head down. Top arm lifts. Fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away. Holding there. Take a nice stretch. Before lifting up and over to come back down palm to palm. Excuse me. The top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, stretching away, we hold. Lifting back up and over, coming down palm to palm. Remember those legs are glued together. They're grounded, keeping this movement through your waist. So you really open up through the chest as the arm reaches long and away. Nice deep breaths. Looking at that hand for as long as you can, from the fingertips as you stretch away. Just making sure you're keeping a good range of movement in your neck on both sides. Let's do 2 more here, lifting up. Take the head with you, twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Lift back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. One more time, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. From here you're rolling onto your back and going into a full body stretch. Just reaching nice and long and away. We're then coming with the knees bent, arms resting down beside you, and you want neutral, so you've got a curve under your lower back. Just make sure those knees are staying in line with your hips, so don't let them knock in or splay out. From here, we take a deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reach the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. You're using your tummy muscles to lift you. So pull that belly button all the way down. Put your chin to chest position to help keep that neck nice and relaxed. So you're thinking big nod of the head, then tighten the tummy to lift you. Tightening in the pelvic floor. Think of reaching those arms nice and long, getting the shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breaths.
here, then we're going to change the arms. This is your last one, chin to chest. Lifting those shoulders up. Hold. Control, back down. So from here, the beginning of the movement's the same. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Holding here, you've got your 3 pulses. You're going to pulse up, 2, 3. Control, back down. You can support the head here if you need to. Make sure those hands are behind the head and not the neck. It's still chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. Pulsing up, 2, 3. Control, back down. We still want the tummy nice and tightened. Use the pelvic floor. Deep breaths. Doesn't matter here if you're not following my breath pattern. I just want to make sure that you keep breathing. Arms can be long, so make sure the shoulders stay away from the ears. If you are supporting the head, keep that chin to chest position. Tighten the pelvic floor. We're going to do 2 more of these, chin to chest. Lifting up, we pulse, 2, 3. Control, back down, last one, chin to chest. Lifting up, pulse, 2, 3. Control, back down, hug those knees into your chest. Good, from here we're going to go on to our front, so if you need a drink then grab one. So as you lay onto your front, get the legs long and take your hands mat width apart in line with the ears. From here we're taking a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, push the nose forwards, lifting your head and your chest. Leaving those forearms down as you lift. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Push the nose forwards, lifting the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. We hold. Control back down. So we're working up the back of the legs and into the bottom. Pulling the tummy in. So your bottom and your tummy are working together here to keep your back nice and strong. If at any point your legs or your feet start to cramp, you can just tuck those toes under, which will lengthen the back of your legs. We want to keep those shoulders down. The chest is nice and open. Deep breaths. We've got 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. Last one here. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Holding. Control back down. So changing the arms, coming into our triangle position. Thumbs and index fingers touch, your elbows are poking out each side. Still keeping a small lift here. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Keeping those forearms down. We hold. Control back down. Push the nose forward, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. Still squeezing the bottom. Pulling the tummy in. Still the shoulders are down. We've got 2 more here. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. Last one. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. From here, we're pushing ourselves back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet. Reaching those arms out in front. Then we're on our backs for the 100. Grab a drink if you need one. So laying on your back, we're finding a flattened position. So nice and tucked under, we're going to lose that gap. From here, your legs are going to lift into a tabletop position. So if your neck is sore or you need to keep your head resting down, then you can. If not, you're going to be in a lifted position with those arms nice and long, palms facing the floor. So we're going to be beating our arms up and down like we usually would for 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in and 5 as you breathe out. So it will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, we're going to take the hands behind the head and we're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards the legs. Nice deep breaths. Then we're going to rest the head down, arms are going to rest down beside you. And from here, you're going to lengthen your legs as much as you can. And we're going to take a crisscross for 2 sets of 8. Doesn't matter if you want to keep the legs still quite bent or if you can fully straighten, whichever is more comfortable for you, and you're crisscrossing. If your legs are quite bent, your crisscross is here. And then we'll take a hug in of the knees and a full body stretch. So just taking that nice flat back position, make sure it's really strong. Bring your legs into tabletop. I'll talk you through everything. If you're lifting your upper body, nod the head, lift the shoulders. Take those arms nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, take your hands behind the head. We're sitting up for 8, 7, 6. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Tummy's in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the head down. The arms come down beside you. Lengthening those legs as much as you can. We crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Hug those knees into your chest. and then come into a nice full body stretch. Good. From here we're coming into a seated position. So we're going to take the knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're just going to do our leaning back. I'm going to keep it quite small, just for health reasons. My hip is a lot better, so I thought we'd add this one in while I'm still able to do it. So from here, sit up really tall through the body and bring your arms out long and in front of you. Make sure those shoulders are down. As you breathe out, you're going to pull your tummy in to curve your back and start to lean away from your legs. So you're taking it no further than halfway. You can keep it really small. Holding there, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're lifting up and over. Inhale to sit nice and tall through the spine. Lifting the arms up. We curve and lean away. Holding there. We're lifting up and over. Restack the spine. Sitting nice and tall. Pull the tummy in as you curve. It's holding you there. We're lifting up and over. Making sure that you really restack the spine to sit up nice and tall. Get your shoulders down. Try and make sure that you're taking nice deep breaths. So you shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. But breathing as and when you need to is fine. Tighten your pelvic floor. Get all of those tummy muscles working together. Got two more here. Curve and lean away. Holding. Lift up and over. Restack the spine, arms along to the last one. Curve and lean away. Holding. Lifting up and over. Restack the spine. Relaxing there. We'll take our stretch, just soles of the feet together. Knees are wide, hips are nice and open. Just curving forwards. If you want to increase that stretch, just push those elbows into your legs and pull yourself further forwards. Dropping that head. Good. From here, we're staying seated or knelt, whichever you prefer. We're going to do our arms. My arms are killing me from yesterday, so hopefully yours are as well. Actually, I might come up to knelt. I think that's more comfortable. So, you can sit however is comfortable for you. This is just better for me, and especially for that hip. So, we're going to be doing the arm circles forwards, circles back, pushing up, pushing down, pushing forwards, pushing back. I'm going to do 8 because my brain just can't comprehend having to count down from 10. So we're going to do 8 of each, really short rest, and then we're going to go straight into another set of 8. Okay? Remember to keep those arms long. Don't let the arms droop at the elbows. Probably not for today, but for future classes, if you really want to work those arms harder, grab a couple of tins of beans or tomatoes, whatever you've got in your cupboard, and that's going to add a little bit of weight for you to work with as well. But you don't have to, that's completely up to you. Take those arms out nice and long. Here we go, circling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7,
palms face up, pushing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn them down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms down, just give them a little shake. Here we go, ready to go again. Nice and long. Circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms face up, push for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms face down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down. Give them a little shake out. And we'll just take a little stretch across. Trying to stop them from aching as much tomorrow. And the other arm, bring it across. And relax. Okay, we're going to go on our backs. Grab a drink if you need one, and if you can lift the glass up to your face. And then we're coming onto our back. So I'm starting to get quite limited to the stuff I can do on my back, so it's going to be the same as we did yesterday. I'll still talk you through as normal. I'll just be doing a modification version, so don't necessarily copy me. So, nice flat back position. Really tuck under. Bring your legs into tabletop. Your hands are just beside your knees. You can lift the head up, so you can nod the head and lift the shoulders if you want to, but I'm leaving my head down. From here, you're going to reach one leg long and away from you. The other leg stays bent. Inhale to the centre, swapping sides, reaching long and away, back to the centre. And centre. Reaching long and centre. So it doesn't matter how high or low that lengthened leg is travelling. As long as you can straighten it, so you're fully extending through that knee. We're keeping our flat back position, so pull your tummy down and tighten your pelvic floor. If you are lifting your upper body, get your chin to your chest, so your neck is nice and relaxed. And then everybody try and keep those shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breaths. You shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. 2 more on each side, reaching long and in. Reaching long and in. Last one each side, reach long and in. Reach long and in. Hug those knees into your chest. From here, we're staying on our flat back position. And again, your legs are going to lift into tabletop. We're all going to have the hands behind the head here, with the head nodded, shoulders lifted. So from here, you're still going to reach one leg long and away, but you're twisting towards the knee that you left behind, and back to the centre. You're reaching long and twisting, back to the centre. So just swapping sides each time, reaching towards that bent leg, back to the centre. Again, it doesn't matter how high or low the leg is that you're moving. You just want to make sure it's nice and straight. And you're twisting your upper body over towards that bent knee. Don't just move your elbow. It's the whole of the upper body that will twist. You will lose some of that flat back. That doesn't matter. Find it as you come into the middle. Use your pelvic floor
Use your tummy. Don't forget to breathe. And in. And in. 2 more on each side. Twist. And in. Twist. And in. Last one each side. Twist. And in. Twist. And in. Hug those knees into your chest. And just take a little rock from side to side. Again, staying in your flat back position, getting that nice, strong, tucked under position. The legs are lifting, but this time they're lengthening. It doesn't matter here if your legs are still quite bent. It's the longest position that you can maintain throughout the exercise. So if you can get them nice and straight, and that's great, but if they need to stay bent, that's also fine. I'll be keeping mine in a slightly bent position. Hands are again going to be beside your knees. You can nod the head and lift the shoulders if you want to, or leave your head resting down. So we did this yesterday, we've done it loads before. One leg is lowering down towards the floor on a pulse of your exhale, okay, as straight as you possibly can. So we're going long, longer, lift in, back in. So my leg is staying quite high here. Yours can lower down to the floor, that's not a problem. Don't let it touch. So long, long, and in. And in. Doesn't matter if your top leg is quite bent, as long as the leg that you're moving is reaching as long as it possibly can. So you're thinking long, longer, and in. Long, longer, and in. Reach, reach further, and in. So you should be using that breath. And in. If you're lifted through your upper body, get your chin to your chest. Make sure your neck is relaxed and your shoulders are away from your ears. Pull your tummy down. Tighten your pelvic floor. Your flat back position should be super, super strong here. And in. 2 more each side. Long, long, and in. Long, long, and in. Last one each side. Long, long, and in. Long, long, and in. Hug those knees in before coming into a full body stretch. Good. From there, we're going to come onto our knees. So we're going to be in a high knelt position for everybody's favourite exercise. So I'm afraid, because I'm going to have to limit the amount I lay on my front, this one's going to be appearing a lot more frequently. So hopefully you'll all grow to love it a little bit more. So come to a high knelt position. You want to make sure that you've got those knees underneath your hips to begin with, so we're in a nice solid position. Try to have the tops of your feet resting on the mat. If you really suffer from cramping, then you can tuck those toes under. But if you don't suffer from cramping, then tucking your toes under is cheating. Your tummy should be nice and tightened the whole way through this exercise, okay? Just tuck that head in very slightly so we know we're not flinging the head back, adding strain into the neck and the shoulders. So just with your arms resting down beside you, you're going to take a nice deep breath in as you hinge yourself back. Don't take it very far. As you breathe out, squeeze your bottom to help to drive you forwards. Your tummy stays pulled in the whole time. So you're leaning back, that tummy's pulled in. Squeeze the bottom. That should feel as though that squeeze helps to push you forwards. Leaning back. Squeezing forwards. Keep your lean small. There's a really tiny margin of difference from that length position where you're stuck to where you're able to lift back up. So just bear that in mind, that you can keep it small and build on it, rather than going too far, either getting stuck or falling backwards, which is going to probably cause you quite a bad injury. Should already feel this firing up through the front of your thighs, through your quads. Remember to breathe. Inhale back. Exhale forwards. You haven't got to use that breath pattern, but I promise you the breath out on the way up will help you. Relax the shoulders. They shouldn't be up by your ears. That tummy is really tightened. 2 more like this, then we're going to change the arms. Last one, leaning back, squeeze. So we're going to make it a little bit more difficult. I know that I, like I've said before, to almost grab hold of my legs to help me have that momentum. You're going to be taking your arms out to the side. I don't mind if they start to droop a little bit here because we've worked the arms quite hard already, but they're staying lifted the whole time. So you're going to be leaning back, squeezing forwards. And it just means that you're widening your body where you're coming back. So it's harder to lift up. Use your breath. Inhale back. Exhale lift. Inhale back. Exhale lift. Three more like this. Lean back. Squeeze and push forwards. Lean back. Squeeze and push forwards. Last one. Lean back. Squeeze and push forwards. Relax there. Just give those arms a little shake. Bring yourself into a shell stretch position. Bottom to the feet. And reach those arms out in front. Good. From here we're coming onto our hands and knees. I'm going to go straight into tucking the toes under. I want to make sure we've got enough time for a stretch at the end and to be able to finish that a little bit earlier, like I said at the beginning. So if you know your wrists get really sore, drop yourself down onto your forearms. If not, we're going to stay on long arms. Toes are nice and tucked under. Tummy's really tightened here. I'm not going to be lifting up, but I'll talk you through it. So from here, as you breathe out, you're going to pull your tummy all the way in. You're going to press into your hands and your feet to lift the knees off just an inch or so. Inhale down. Exhale, press down to lift. Inhale down. Lifting up. Inhale down. So you can come down to your forearms if you need to. It's exactly the same thing. You're just lower to the ground. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So your knees should be physically lifting. I'm just not able to do that one at the moment. Lifting up and down. Make sure that your lift is from pressing through your hands and your feet, and that you're not using your shoulders. Your back stays in the same position and you're lifting up and down. Let's take 4 more here. Lift up and down. And down. Last 2, lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Just relaxing there and give those wrists a little roll through. And then we're going into planks. So I'm now doing planks on my knees. You're all doing the full plank version, but I'll still talk you through what you're doing. So we did arm lifts yesterday, and we're going to go back to trying those arm drops. So if you usually go onto your forearms, if you could start on long arms, you won't be there for very long. You'll be going down onto your forearms. Just a really nice one to test your upper body strength. And it's just nice to vary what you're doing in the plank, I think. So have your arms towards the end of your mat, long arms, and think shoulder width apart. From here, we're going to take one leg
out behind us nice and long, and you're going to place your weight into those toes. The other leg is going to come out to join it, and then you're going to tuck your bottom under so you're in a nice long line. Once you're in your nice long plank line, I want you to try and bring yourself down onto one forearm, then down onto the other forearm, and then you can relax onto your knees. And then when you're ready, we go again. So stepping one foot back, then the other, get the legs close together. Tuck yourself under into a nice strong plank. Once you've found that strong plank position, where your bottom isn't high, it's not dropping low, you're going to bring yourself down, down, and relax. Make sure that you're breathing whilst you're there. So one leg back, then the other, tucking under. Squeeze your bottom, pull your tummy in. Coming down, down, relaxing there. So making sure that you're just carefully leaning down. You'll be favouring one side at the moment. So we're going to swap, and you're going to try and lower on the other arm first. This will feel harder because you'll have one side that's stronger. Just remember to make sure your tummy is tightened. You're squeezing your bottom and taking nice deep breaths. So don't hold your breath here. Let's do 2 more. Tucking under, long line, come down, down, and relax. Last one. Tucking under, coming down, down, and relax. Just rolling through those wrists. Okay, we've got time just for a quick stretch before we finish off, a little bit earlier than usual. So we're going to try into that pigeon stretch again that we did a couple of days ago, which a few of you liked and a few of you struggled with. So I'm going to show you a variation if you can't do the pigeon stretch. So if you want to do the pigeon stretch, you're bringing one leg in front of you, folded under, and the other leg is going to go as far out behind you as you can. You can support yourself with your hands here. If this stretch is far too much for you and you can't get this leg in front, then you're going to take that leg here and then just take the leg behind as far as you can. And then hopefully you'll be able to build up to getting that tucked under. So just holding that stretch there. You can support yourself with your hands. If it's comfortable, drop yourself down. So just nice deep breaths, a really good one to get into the hip, getting into the top of the thigh, and work on really lengthening that back leg, which we don't do very often. I like introducing these stretches. It's been quite nice to have your feedback on that as well. Now we're going to untangle ourselves and come onto the other side. So you're either tucking that leg forwards or placing the foot flat on the mat with the knee high and getting that leg out behind you. So you could be here, or you might be in this position here. And both of those is fine. You're still going to really get into the hip. So either support yourself nice and high. If you feel flexible and comfortable enough, drop yourself down. These stretches are really good to monitor the increase in flexibility as you start to feel comfortable in a new position. And you might feel tighter on one side than the other, and that's totally normal. And then just relaxing there. Untangle yourself, bring yourself into a kneeling position. And then we're just going to roll those shoulders back. And forwards. Bring those arms nice and long. Lift yourself up. Stretch over. Come back to the center. We're lifting up. Stretching over. One more time on each side, we're lifting up and over. We're lifting up and over. And that's the end of class for today. Thank you so much for joining me today for class. So I finished a little bit earlier so that we can all do our 1 minute silence for the key workers that have sadly lost their lives to COVID-19. I thought it'd be nice to make sure that we can all pay our respects. Let me know your thoughts on what I spoke about at the beginning, recording the videos of the exercise on your front and on your back, side, sitting, etc. So that as I start to change stuff, as I go further through my pregnancy, you've still got something to refer back to if you want something a little bit more challenging. Let me know if there's any more stretches that you would like me to include. I hope you'll have a lovely day, even though it's raining and a little bit miserable, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye bye.